Hello there. Welcome back to Financial Accounting Info. This video, we want to look at the question paper of June 2020. I'm still working on that question paper. We're going to look at the part of preparing the departmental income statement. So this is what we have. So we are just going to go through the question and then answer what is required. The question reads: Mandwana Traders is a business that specializes in microwaves and stoves. Mandwana Traders conduct its stock taking periodically. This information was taken from his books on 31 December 2019. And then we are given a balance sheet in terms of balance sheet account section in terms of the trial balance. This is trial balance that we have. So if you go down, you see that this is the information that we are given in terms of this trial balance. So we can as well go to the next page to see what we have. So if you come here, you'll see that this is the information that we are having in terms of the additional information and adjustments. And then we go to the question section where it's saying use the information given above of Mandwana Traders for the year ended 31 December 2019. Prepare the departmental income statement for the year ended 31 December 2019. So according to this video, we are only concerned with this part, which is 5.2, which has got 30 marks. So we are going to go through this question. If you go to the other section, you will see that we have got a departmental income statement that we have there. And we've got a column for total for microwave and stoves. Remember, we've got two departments that we have there, that is the microwaves and stoves. So obviously, we are going to start with the sales. So we go back to see what we have in terms of sales in the question. You just try to see on the list of balances. That's where we're going to get the information for sales. So if you come on the info in the trial balance, you'll see that on the nominal account section, we are giving the micros is 449,800 and then solves 533,800. But before we enter those figures, we are just going to try to see the adjustments that we have in terms of sales, and then we can adjust for that. Remember, we are going to add the sales for microwaves plus the sales for stoves to get the total sales. So if you go down the question, see that we have got, let's try to see, we have got some sales returns that we have there for 10,500. So what we are saying is we have got 10,500 here, which is indicating our sales returns, which we have to reduce the amount for sales for microwaves. And then you go down again, you also see that let's try to see if you've got any other information that we are given there. Let's try to see. So if you come here at the end of the question, you see that we have got nothing that is affecting our sales. So if you have exhausted the trial balance, you are supposed to go to additional information to see if you've got anything again that is affecting our sales. But if you come to item 2, Miss Mate returned the stove she purchased on credit 3,750. This transaction was not recorded. So it means for stoves, also we are supposed to have a deduction that we have there for a return that we have there of 3,750. So basically what we are saying is for our microwaves, we are going to subtract 10,500 from the sales figure that we are having there. And then for our stoves, we subtract 3,750 that we got on the additional information, we subtract it from the figure for sales, which is 510,800. So on the other section, we are just going to calculate it as such. Come here on the other section. We are now saying for sales brackets, we are saying we can start with the calculation for macro, so we are saying 449,800, and then you subtract those data allowances, which is 10,500. And then the figure that you get there, you're supposed to add it for the sales, net sales for the stoves, whereby we're saying 533,800. And then we subtract the additional information adjustment that we identified, which is 2,750. That is what we have. So we add the two. We are supposed, the other that we get there for microwaves, but the other that we are getting for stoves, Get the two, you get the total. So for microwaves, if you say 449,800 minus 10,800, 10,500, you are supposed to get 439,300. So here we've got 439,300. Then for stoves, we are saying 513,800 minus 3,750. Answer that you are supposed to get there is 530,050. Then you now add the two. You say 530,050. Let's just try to see. 530,050. So if you add the two now, say 530,050 plus 439,300, you're going to get the total here, which is going to be now 969,350. So this is what we have. So this is what we have according to sales. Then after that, we are now going to the cost of sales section. And we know that on cost of sales, we're going to start with opening stock, then we add purchases, add carriages, even that they have requested, then you subtract closing stock to get your cost of sales. So the working, we are just going to put it beneath this heading of cost of sales. So we're now going to say opening stock. So on opening stock, we are also going to our trial balance and see what figures do we have in terms of our opening stock. Obviously, we get the information in the beginning of this trial balance. And for opening stock, we are coming here. Trading inventory for microwaves on 1 January 2019, which is the beginning of the year. So 113,700 is going to apply for microwaves. Then we've got 93,750 applied for trading inventory, which is the inventory that we have for 1 January 2019, which is the opening, which is our opening date. So we are just going to post the search on the no adjustments in terms of our opening inventory. So we go there. So here we're saying open inventory for our microwaves. We've got 113,700. 113,700. And obviously for our stoves, now we have 93,750. Right, we add the two, 93,750 plus 113,700, and then the total that you're supposed to get here is 207,450. Right, so after opening stock, obviously, we add purchases. So basically, we are saying plus purchases. But the figure for purchases was calculated on the first part of the question, on the preparation of the Departmental Purchase account. So for microwaves, the figure that we got in the previous video for purchases for microwaves, we got 280,008. And then for stoves, the figure that we got for purchases was 233,700. So these are the figures that we are just going to put there. We come here for purchases, we are saying microwaves, we have 280,008, 200,050, sorry. And then for stoves, we have got 233,700. We add the two, the total is 530,750. So this is what we have in terms of purchases. Then obviously we are going to check any carriages that we have in the person. If they are there, if they are not, we just skip the that stage and go to the next, which is now subtracting closing stock. So we go to the trial balance to check for those. But obviously we are supposed to have, according to this video, we have got carriage on purchases that we have there. which is 22,875. They are relating to our stops. They are relating to our stops. So we check, this is an expense. Remember, this is a cost. So it might have an adjustment. So we go to the additional information to see if you have got an adjustment for carriage on purchases. Let's try to see. Go to item 5, saying carried on purchase invoice for stores 4,800 rands that were delivered to the premises of the business is still outstanding. So still outstanding means it's an owing, which means you are supposed to add to the figure that we are given there, and you are seeing that is for stores again. So we add it to that one that we are given in the list of balances, which is 4,800. Then we add to let's try to see, and we add it to 22,875. Get our total. It's only relating to stops. W. So this is what we have. So we're just going to enter as such. So let's try to see. So now we are saying our carriage on purchases. So we are saying carriage. Carriage on purchases, we are saying our 22,875, and then we add our 4,800. Then if we add the two, you are going to get your total of 27,675, which is applying to our, we're seeing that it's applying to our microwaves. Let's just check where exactly is it relating this, the carriage. Uh, this is carriage of the purchases invoice for stops, which is 4,800. And then if you come here, again, we are saying that carriage of purchases for stops, 22,875. So it's related to stops. So we are saying column for stops that we have is the one, this one, which is if we add the 2,875 plus 4,800, we're going to get 27,675. So we have got 27,675. So here we have nothing, and then the total remains the same, 27,675. So this is what we have. And then we less closing stock. We less our closing stock. So if you less our closing stock, we also going to see the closing stock, we get it in the additional information, remember. So we go to the additional information, try to see what we have in terms of our closing stock. So if you go to item 1, trees, according to a physical stock taking on 30 December 2019, the following was on the end. You've got macro of 2,800, and then it was stops 34,200. So these are the figures that we are just going to put there. There's our closing inventory figures. So we come here, we are saying closing inventory for microwaves, we have 22,800, and then got for stores, we've got 34,200. Add the two, you're supposed to get 57. So this marks the end of this section. Remember, we are saying less, so we are subtracting. So basically, we are putting brackets so that we are subtracting, so that we get our cost of sales. So if you close this one, you see that if you make your calculations there inside this box, you are going to get your cost of sales. In other words, we are saying opening stock plus purchases. We add again carried on purchases, then you subtract plus stock, you get your cost of sales. So if you start with the first column for total, if you calculate correctly there, you are going to get your total for cost of sales being 691,000. 691,875. Obviously, we now do the same here for our microwaves, where we say 130,700 plus 280,080 minus 22,800. So we are just trying to see what are we going to get then. Then we say 118,700. We add 280,050. And then we subtract 22,800. And then we are going to get 370,950. 370,900. 950. So this is what we have. And then we do the same to our stove. So for our stove, again, we are saying 93,750. We add 233,700. We add again 27,675. And then we subtract 34,200. Then we are going to get 320,925. So this is what we have. And obviously, we are now trying to calculate the figure for our gross profit, whereby we are saying our sales minus our cost of sales. So here we are saying we are now having our gross of profit. Our gross profit. For the totals, we are saying, let's try to see the figure that we are using there. We are just saying the figure for sales, which is 969,875. Then the answer that you are supposed to get there is 277,175. Do the same for our microwaves, where we are saying 439,300. Then you subtract 370,950. Then you get 68,350. Remember, these are positive figures. If they're negative, show it in brackets. Right, for the last column, we are saying, let's try to see. We are saying 530,050 minus 320,925. Let's try to calculate that one. 430,050 minus 320,925. Get 209,125. 209,125. So this is what we have. Remember, these are positive figures. So what we are saying, if you add the two, 3,750 plus 209 plus, let's try to see, 209,125 plus 6,750, you are supposed to get your 207,475. So this is what we have. So we can just continue with our questions. After gross profit, we are supposed to less our expenses. So here we are saying less expenses. Less expenses. So on less expenses, we are just going to leave it blank as we are going to add all the expenses that we have in the question beneath that. So we can just go back on the nominal account section in the trial balance and try to see all the expenses that we have in the question. So if you come here, we can go down checking all the expenses that we are having in the question. But if you have a carriage on sales as an expense, then this carriage on sales is for microwaves, which is 3,750. 3,750. So before you enter any expense, you need to go to additional information to see if you've got any adjustment that is affecting that. You'll see that we have got, let's try to see. Let's try to see as we go down if you've got anything. Go to 6, included in the amount of carriage on sales of microwaves was 750 rands, which is a prepaid amount. A prepayment or a payment in advance, remember, we subtract, doesn't belong to this period, as we are trying to comply with the matching principle or the across principle. So we subtract 750 as a prepayment. So what we are saying, the amount of carriage on sales that we are given there, which is carriage on sales for micros, 3,750 minus 750 for the prepayment. Then we get the net figure. So we're just going to do a search. So let's go to the answer section. So the first item that we are having there is carried on sales. And on carried on sales, we are saying 3,750 minus 750. And then you are going to get your 3,000, which is applying to the microwaves, which is in this column. And then here we don't have anything, so the total remains 3,000. So go there again to check on the next item. So on the next item, we have got, let's try to go down and see what we have. Let's try to see if we've got anything that we can include there. We have got insurance, 4,600. But if you go to additional information in terms of allocation of insurance, we've got something that we have there that is explaining about insurance. See here that insurance is allocated according to floor space. And the floor space is given beneath this, which is this one, which is 120 to 30. So basically what we are saying microwaves stops. And the microwaves is 120 for floor space, and then stops in got 30. So you can just make a ratio according to this proportion. If you add the two, 120 plus 30, if you say 120 plus 30, you are going to get 150. So for microwaves, we're going to say 120, 120 over 150, multiplied by the figure that we have for insurance, which is 12,600. Do the same for stoves. So this we are saying this is microwaves. Then for stoves, we are saying we've got 30. So if you don't say 30 over 150, then multiplied by 12,600. So this is what we have. This is the calculation that we are going to employ there. So we can just go there and do that calculation of the other section. So here we're saying This is insurance. Insurance. So for the first one, if you say 120 over 150 times 12,600 that we are having there, we are going to get 10,008. In other words, at the first calculation, we said we are saying 120 minus 150 times 12,600. This is our first calculation. And then we add the second calculation, we said 30 over 150 times 12,600. So second calculation. So for the second calculation, answer that we are going to get there is 2,520. Then we add the two, we are supposed to get 12,600. So this is what we have to go again to check on the next item. On the next item, after insurance, we've got administrative expenses, which is 52,800. So I'll go again and check on the allocation of administrative expenses. It's saying equal between departments, so it's just going to divide by 2. What we are going to do is the figure that we are given, which is 50,800 divided by 2, and then we share equal. So we go on the other section. We are saying administration. So what we are saying is the figure that the total that we have for administration is 2,800. And we divide it by 2. And when we divide it by 2, we are going to get 26,400. So we are going to say 26,400 applying both departments. Get the two, we get the 2, obviously come back to 52,800. So this is what we have going to check on terms of or try balance on in the terms of the next expense that we are having. After administration, we've got salaries, 78,000. So we check again in terms of allocation of salaries, it's saying according to number of employees. Number of employees are given is a 6 as to 9. So we are just going to do a search. What we are saying is we are saying microwave stoves, microwaves and stoves. Whereby we are saying microwaves over 6 and then stoves over 9. So add 2 get 50. So for microwaves we are saying if you add 6 plus 9, 6 plus 9, then 50. So what we are doing for microwaves, we are saying 6 over 50. And then we multiply by the figure that we have for salaries, which is 78,000. So let's multiply by 78,000. And if you multiply correctly, get 31,200. And then for stoves, we are saying 9 over 50, and 78,000. Calculate correctly, you get 46,800. Simple as that. So we go there and enter and summarize the making, of course, and then we enter the answer is required. Right, here we are saying salaries, and we are saying in brackets, for the first one, we said 6 over 15 times 78,000. And then we got the second part whereby we're saying 9 over 15 times 78,000. Second part of the making. So for the first part, 6 over 15 times 78,000, we got 31,200. From the second part, we got 46,800. Total is supposed to be 78,000. This is what we have, and then we go to the next one. Check what we have in terms of the next one after salaries. So after salaries, we've got discount allowed. So on discount allowed again, we need to see in terms of the allocation. Discount allowed is being said according to sales figures. So we are back there and go back to see sales figures that we have. Go at the beginning of the question, of the answer there, that's where we have the figures for sales. So remember the figures for sales that we are using there. We are having 439,300 for microwave and stoves, 530,050, and the total is 969,350. So what are we saying? We are saying um, for microwaves, let's start with microwaves. For microwaves, we are saying the 439,300 that we have over the total, which is 969,350. And then we multiply by the figure for discount allowance is 6,750. So we have 3,750 over 1. We calculate it correctly. We are supposed to get 1,699. 1,699, obviously, to the nearest rand for a whole number. Then on the second part, that is for stoves, now we are saying the figure for stoves for sales is 530,050 over the total. Here we've got 5,530,050. Total, we have got 969,750. Then we multiply by 3,750. Then the answer that we're supposed to get there is 2,051. 1,000. So these are the figures that we just will end up on discount allowed. So we are here. We are saying discount. Discount allowed. And what we got is 1,699 in the first column. And then we got 2,050. Get the two, we are supposed to come back to 3,750. So I will go there to check again in terms of the next expense. So that discount allowed is the last one. Discount allowed is the last one that we are having there. But obviously, we also have some expenses that we need to check. You can go there on the allocation section. We are told that just let me try to go up there. We are told that allocate depreciation 50 S to 50 the two departments. So it means it's half. So depreciation that we have, we can just go and check in terms of figure that we have for depreciation. Let's try to see in terms of depreciation, what do we have? For depreciation, if you come to item 9, saying provide for depreciation on equipment with 20% of costs. More equipment were purchased on 1 March 2014. So we come here, we now know that's 20%, and then equipment that we have is here is 37,500. 37,500. So you check the rate of depreciation that we are given there is 20%. So we are saying 20% is 0.2 times 37,500. So if you multiply the two, you are supposed to get 7,500. So this is the one that is going to be apportioned equally, like here. For local depreciation is 50 as 50 as to 50. So we are just going to divide this by 2. 7,500 divided by 2, and we are supposed to get 3,750. So we come in saying on the answer section depreciation. Whereby we are saying 7,500 and then divided by 2. you're going to get your 2,750 for both departments. Get the two, get the total 7,000. So this is what we have. And then obviously now we are having another expense that we are having there that we want to check. If you go there, we see that we have got bed test that we have here, that of the bed test to the value of 1,125, 1,125. It reads microwaves are only sold for cash. All credit sales related to the sale of stoves or expenses related to credit sales must be recorded under the stoves department. And the write off the bed test to the value of 1,125. So obviously, it means it's relating to this 1,125 is relating to your stops. So this is what we have. So I will go there and say bed test for stops 1,125. So you were saying our beds stops 1,125 means here with nothing, so the place is 1,125 is a total. So this is what we get. So let's try to see if we have got any other that we have omitted there. Remember, we also have interest on loan. Let's just try to go back there. Let's try to see any additional information, any explanation that we have in terms of interest. Right, if you go to item 8, saying let be granted a loan to Mandwana traders at 20% per annum of 12% per annum. The loan was used to increase the stock of stores offered by the business, make provision for interest on loan. So this interest on loan, we are seeing that it's applying to stocks. Well, this loan was for stocks, so we are going to say 12% per annum times times the figure that we have for the loan. So we go back to check the loan figure. Loan figure is 12%. So I said 12% of 22,500. 12% of 22,500, which is 0.12 times 22,500. And then we are going to get 2,700. So this is what we have. So we go there. And remember, it's relating to the stove department. We are now saying interest on loan. And we are saying 12%, 0.12 times the total loan that we have. Remember the figure, just check the actual figure that we are given there. Right, loan is here 22,500. So we are saying times 22,500. It's 7,500 is going to apply to this stocks market. Here we don't have anything, so total 7,500. So this is what we have. So this marks the end of our expenses. So we can as well now try to add in terms of the total. So we can try to close here so that we see where we are adding. Obviously, the total for expenses is going to go up there, in line with less expenses. So we come here. We are saying if you get the column for the totals, the total that you're supposed to get there is 161,000. 475. You have to subtract, we subtract it, so show in brackets. We get the total for microwaves for expenses. We are going to get 76. 129. Obviously, we are seeing subtracting. On the last column, the total that you're supposed to get is 85,346. Obviously, we are subtracting. So we subtract the two. That is, now we are saying for the totals 277,475 minus 161,475, then you get the net there, which is going to be our net profit or loss. If you get a positive, show it as a positive figure representing our net profit. If it's a negative, it becomes your net loss. You show it in brackets as a negative figure. So we do the same to our microwaves. We are saying 63,350. We are saying, let's try to see what we give in terms of, we've got 68,350 minus 76,129. Then you get your answer. So let's try to calculate that one. 68,350 minus 76,129. So what does it mean? It means it's a negative 7,779. Negative 7,779. So here we see 7,779. So it's a negative, so it's in brackets. On the totals column, we got the figure that we got there for our, it was a positive 116,000. Then we'll do the same for our source departments. We go back there to check the actual figure that we are looking there, that we are calculating. So for the source, we're saying 209,125 minus 85. That's 85,125. And get you 124,000. So this is the same figure that we are going to put there. It's a positive, so show it as a positive. So the figure that we are getting there is 124. Say 124,000. Try to see what we have. Okay, let's try to correct our figures in terms of last column. In the last column, we are saying it's 209,125. Then subtract 85,346. Get 123,779. 123,000. 123,779. So here we see 123,779. So we now see this one is a positive, this one is a positive. So show it as a positive figure. So if you add the two negative 7,779 plus positive 123,779, it only 16,000. So this is what we have, and then this is going to be our net profit. Net profit or loss. Estimate department. This is what we have. So this marks the end of our lesson. Remember, this one is a negative because this one shows a net loss, and then we've got for our stops department is a profit, so we show it as a positive. Then for our micros department, it's a net loss, so that's why we are putting it in brackets to show that it's a negative figure. So this is what we have, guys, according to this video. Those who may subscribe, please subscribe and share. We're still coming more videos to prepare for exam. Yes, for this video, I'm signing out.